You are listening this dictation on Sham Stenography YouTube channel. Start. One is those who have done the recording, that is the producer, perhaps the company, and the other is those who have done the performance, the lyricist and the composer. The idea was always that a fair deal would be 50-50 between these two. 50% for those who have taken the capital risk and produced the music, that is the work, and 50% for those who actually thought it up. At the moment, what happens is that the one 50% is cribbing on the other 50%. It is like the story of the Arab in the tent. The camel is outside the tent and puts his nose into the tent, and after a while the head comes in, and soon the camel is inside the tent and the Arab is outside the tent. That is what is happening. The composers, the lyricists, they are outside the tent and the music companies have occupied all the space. This is something we need to do. We need to deal with the basic issue that the creative parties in the music business should have a say over their work. Their right is wasted, not it seems to me, in the companies. The companies have taken the wrong analogy. They have sort of acted as if they are building a building, and they have commissioned somebody to actually put the brick and the mortars and build the wall. Once the wall is built, the building belongs to the owner, but music and creative is not like that. Music and creative art is not the result of a monetary investment. The business side is important, but it has to respect the feelings of the creative parties by granting them a commercial success in their works. In fact, Susmaji read out from the letter that was sent by the very distinguished galaxy of artists. I would like to read another different part of the letter, because she is right that the fact that they have become not entities was an important part of that letter. But in the end of the letter, they specifically asked that the committee should, in the bill, secure the right to royalty in favor of authors and composers. as a non-assignable and non-waivable right. Thus, in doing so, the irrevocable right of authors and composers to secure a royalty is protected against the monetary interest of music companies and film producers. This is exactly what we have seen done by the committee accepted by the minister in clauses 8 and 9 of the bill before us today, which amends section 18 and section 19 of the Copyright Act. I think this is particularly impressive as the leader of the opposition pointed out. This letter making this request has been signed by a veritable who is who of the creative industry. We have everyone from the Pandit Ravi Shankar, Ustad Amjad Ali Khan to modern icons like A.R. Rahman. It is extremely important that we respect and stand in solidarity with these great names of our music industry. If I may say so, respecting creativity, I have been in a modest way a creative writer and lyricist myself, and I want to say to this house we must understand that creativity is not something that can be measured in a simple output. It is not a miserable job of work. A song that you listen to for 5 minutes might have taken 50 hours to compose. Where did that inspiration come from? What part of human genius or divine genius the composer has stepped into, the lyricist has stepped into. For that, no price can put. It is so important to say that it is impossible to measure the value of the creative spark in human beings. What goes into a creation? I can borrow a story that I witnessed from a different field, the field of artistry. I once saw a Chinese brushwork artist at work in which, with several swift strokes of his special brush, he produced a brushwork painting in about 3 minutes. The pupil gathered there asked what would the charge be for this. He said, I think 25,000. They said, 25,000 for 3 minutes work? He said, 3 minutes and 40 years of my life. That is the experience, the creativity, the talent that goes into producing that 3 minutes work, and the same applies to the singer. A 5 minutes song is not seeking reward for 5 minutes, it is seeking reward for the 50 years, perhaps, or the 50 hours at the very minimum that have gone into conceiving it, composing it, discussing it, changing it? How many drafts of the lyrics have been torn up and discarded before new lyrics can be written? Stop. For more dictations, don't forget to subscribe me.